loosely, go ahead and choose me. Here I am, listen loosely, don't say that you knew me. Here I am, listen loosely, go ahead and choose me.
Welcome, everybody. We are back, but this is brand new. This is a brand new thing that me and Bobby Hollywood are doing.
Hey, baby.
Hell yes. Actually, you came up with the name, so I want you to explain it a little bit, and I think it just comes more natural since you came up with the name of an very blunt podcast. And what is it called?
We're going to call the podcast the Cannaverse.
Yes.
Cannaverse. And the Cannaverse is going to refer to everything to do with cannabis. We're not just going to talk about types of cannabis, and it's not just about rolling and smoking. It's how it affects your job and your love life, your friends, your family, you personally. Some people, even though in a lot of states it's legal, there's still a stigma about it where it's not really something that people want in their town. There's a lot of that going on right in Jersey right now. So it's going to be an open discussion about cannabis and all the aspects of cannabis, THC, terps, CBD, how it helps with glaucoma and anxiety and depression and insomnia and AIDS and all kinds of things. Sure.
We have a lot to talk about, but since this is
podcast
hours. Number uno of
this is the very first one.
The very first one. Yes, 420.
420 right
yes.
now. And
yes, perfect day to release it, right? Perfect day to relece it.
Perfect day on 420.
So today, every day is 420.
I think
every day.
I'm feeling really good about it. I think a lot of people are going to be interested to tap in, and they're going to learn a lot of things about making edibles, and they're going to hear some really cool stories.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure.
We're going to have some guests. I can't tell you who. We don't know yet. It's the very first, so we're just stepping into it right now.
Actually, I want you to announce, and I'm going to have it here. I'm going to have it somewhere on the screen so you guys can see it and also not just hear it. But tell them what the email is so they can email us if they have any questions, if they want to be on the podcast, anything. Email us for anything at all, just to even say hi, and we will say hi back. Tell them right now. What's the email?
Okay. The email is the Cannaverse.questions@gmail.com.
All right. One more time.
The Cannaverse.questions@gmail.com.
Awesome.
So if you're interested in maybe being on the show, or you have a question, or you have a comment, or maybe having a topic that you might want to talk about, and like you said, if you just want to call, say hi.
Yes, yeah, we're down for everything. So I will have that on the screen. I will have that somewhere on the screen. You'll see it.
Right there. Probably right.
Somewhere. Maybe. Here, there, here. Perfect. It'll be somewhere. You'll see it. And I'll have it up for a long period of time so you can copy it, take a picture of it, whatever the case may be. All right, so today on this podcast, I want to talk about the origins of marijuana, right? I want to educate people on the different types of marijuana as far as sativa and indica. I just want to get to talking, asking you a couple questions. You're going to ask me a couple questions. And when I say a couple questions, let me ask you a question. Do you remember the first time, and I don't want to say the first time you smoked, right? Because that might not pertain to this question. Do you remember the first time you were so high that it kind of freaked you out a little bit?
When I was high, smoking
yes.
pot?
Yes.
Or some other substance?
No, just pot.
Just pot. Okay. Yes, I can, and I have.
And it doesn't mean you have to be smoking it too.
I have a wild story about it.
Let me hear.
You want to hear it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm kind of going to give you the Reader's Digest version because I don't want to go. I don't want to go too in depth because it was a wild ride. All right, so myself and three of my friends that I knew from high school were going into the city, um, and we were in this little car. I don't remember what type of car it
How
was,
old
but
were
we
you?
were.
How old were you?
I'm sorry.
How old were you?
I was 17, 18
Okay.
years old.
Okay, that's
Okay.
important for the story. That's important.
Yeah. So we uh, the oldest guy that we were with, he was driving. He was already out of high school, and he was our dealer. He was our guy who we got our pot from. And there was the three of us, the other three of us, me and a really good friend of mine were sitting in the back seat, and there was a guy sitting in the front. And we're drive. I remember we were going through the Lincoln Tunnel, and somebody brought a bong with them. And we were doing bongs in the Lincoln Tunnel we were hot boxing in the Lincoln Tunnel, and even the driver. And I mean, we were hot boxing like serious. I mean, it was, I don't know how he was driving. There was so much smoke in the car. It was just, it was amazing. So we were
Explain what
going
a
through,
hot box is real quick, just for the viewers that don't know.
if so people don't know that, a hot box is being in a car with the window shut and just smoking your brains out, smoking as much as you can, and leaving the smoke in the car because all the windows are closed.
So
So you're
you're hot box in the car, right?
So you're we're about hot boxing the car. So not only are you smoking, you're inhaling secondhand smoke, which is
Yes.
also infused. So you're
Yes.
smoking like twice as much.
Yes.
So, so we were going into the city. I don't remember exactly why, but we were going into the city, and I remember we went over the George Washington Bridge. We went in the Lincoln Tunnel, and we parked in some kind of a parking structure near the Lincoln Tunnel. Um, Maybe a port authority, something. I'm not exactly sure, but we drove all the way up to the top level and spiral, all the way up to the top part of the parking level, and it's still covered. And we were sitting there, and we said it didn't matter that I don't know, we must have smoked in a quarter ounce on the way there. You know what I mean? And we're up in the parking area, and we break out the bong again, and we're smoking again. And while I'm smoking, I smoke, I pass the bong, and I'm sitting there, and a station wagon pulls up next to us. Now, I don't know if most viewers, maybe nuns are notorious they're known for traveling in station wagons.
Right, right, right.
So I see this car pull up next to us, and I look over, and it's a station wagon, and I look closer, and it's a car full of nuns, and I'm like, I don't say anything to anybody else. They're all smoking still. They're passing the bong. We're still hot boxing in the car. So I'm looking over at the nuns, and I'm watching them, and they're in the station wagon. There's two nuns in the back. There's two nuns. They got the habit on the whole bit, right? And crosses around their neck and the full regalia. You know what I mean?
Huh.
So there's two nuns in the back, there's two in the front, and I'm just sitting there and I'm looking at them. I'm waiting for my turn for the bong. You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there and I'm watching them, and the nun in the passenger seat, in the front of the passenger seat, front seat, passenger side, she reaches down between her legs, ease the seat back. No, she reaches down between her legs and she pulls out a six-pack of beer.
What?
I swear.
What?
And she hands it to the two nuns in the back. And then she reaches down again and she pulls out another six-pack.
Shut up.
I swear. Breaks one off, gives it to the driver.
Oh my God. Nuns?
Four
Nuns?
nuns are sitting there drinking, I don't know, Budweiser or something. And I can't believe what the fuck I'm seeing. I think I think that I'm so fucking high that I'm hallucinating. Okay? So my friend Brad next to me, I nudge him. I'm like, yo, Brad, yo. He's like, what, man? Check this out. And he looks over and he sees all these nuns drinking beer. I go, do you see that, man? Because I'm not sure if I see it. Do you see that?
uh,
No. So we were either on the same hallucination
or there
or
was really nuns drinking
there
beer.
were really four nuns just getting rocked on the top of
Oh
a.
my god! I got you know what? I have an off marijuana story, but about nuns. The true story, right? I was riding my motorcycle to work one day when I used to work at in Bridgewater. So it's like a 45-minute ride. And I have to take 78 for about 12 miles and then I get off on 22. And I'm in the slow lane. I always just drove in the slow lane just to cruise, right? And I'm in the slow lane driving, and on my left side in the middle lane, it's 3 lanes on 78. So I'm in the slow lane. There's a middle lane and there's a fast lane, and this van full of nuns pulls up next to me in the middle lane, right? And I'm again in the slow lane, and they start merging into the slow lane, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, I'm like screaming at them, right? Doing like 75 miles an hour on a bike. These nuns are in a big bus. It's a bus. It's a van full of nuns, not a bus. It's a van full of nuns, right? Merging into my lane. And I'm like screaming at them, right? And you know what they do? Do you know what they do? They literally see me, like, they look over, they're like, oh shit, we're gonna hit them. They just start praying. They just start praying. Like instead of praying, move the fuck back over into your lane. It was legit like 7 or 8 nuns. It was like a packed van full of
And
nuns
you know what? And you know
praying.
what? God's not listening. He's just watching if you're going to do the right thing or not. He's not listening to your prayers, man.
So I've told people riding a motorcycle. I don't know if you ever rode a motorcycle. I've told people to
He
pull
lived
the
in
fuck over. I'm fucking you up because like people are just they don't look out for motorcycles. Look out for motorcycles, everybody, because we are people too. Seriously, like watch the road, watch out, right? But people don't watch out for motorcycles and they're fucking dicks. And I've gotten almost hit multiple times to where I had to tell people to pull the fuck over. I'll fuck you up right now. No one ever pulled over.
Hmm.
Um, Even if I would have lost the fight, I was still trying to fuck this person up, right? Like, what the fuck? All right, sorry, off topic. My fault.
That was
Um,
evil. That was evil telling you to do that. That was evil.
don't get into this one. Do not. Do not. No, 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 no.
We'll save that for another show.
Yes, another show.
Save
You
that for
guys don't
another
even
show.
want to know about that right now. It's wild. All right, so um can you since we're gonna do a little bit of history on marijuana,
Sure.
can you I have a bunch of notes, but I know you're very vast in knowledge on this. Give me your background and knowledge of when it originated. When did a marijuana actually originate? Do you know?
Marijuana originated in Asia. Uh, I would say I think it was somewhere around. I think there's a some type of artifact from Asia that had that had remnants of marijuana in it. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but I think there was some kind of they found something, and I think it was 800 BC, something like that.
Wow. So I could tell you, I looked this up too to give myself more information, to give the viewers a little bit more information. So cannabis is believed to be originated in Central Asia. Perfect. Modern day Mongolia, around 12,000 years ago, making it one of humanity's oldest cultivated crops. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
and they used it as a plant to make clothes, which hemp is an
Yeah,
amazing thing.
before anybody was smoking it, they were using it to make paper and clothes and useful things.
Yeah, I mean, hemp
It
is
didn't become it didn't really become a you know a
A psych, yeah,
psychoactive
yeah.
substance. Nobody realized that until much later.
And you know where the earliest recorded use of marijuana was, like to
Okay.
smoke it? It was in China,
In China.
in
Yep.
China.
Yep. And
And
the and blacks take credit for marijuana somehow. Somehow blacks get all the credit for marijuana. I don't know why.
well, they do get the credit in the United States, right?
Well, even in Africa, and I think before it even went to Africa or United States, from Asia it went to Europe,
Oh yeah, absolutely. We
anywhere else.
we brought seeds over from Asia.
Yeah.
That's how the United States got it. We had to bring seeds over. We weren't able to grow it here and come up with our own seeds. We stole those seeds.
Okay.
Like
Like
Americans do everything else,
like
steal.
like America.
Exactly. We just take it. If we want it, we're taking it. That's it. That's it. Um so it has a spiritual and medical use, as you know. Um in
Something
India.
that's something I'd like to ask you. When you first started smoking pot, what was the very first time? How old were you, would you say?
The very first time I smoked pot, I was probably 16 or 17.
Okay. But even before you tried it, you knew people were smoking it, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So uh, how many times was it offered to you before you said yes?
Oh, I mean,
Bunch?
on a bunch, yeah, a bunch. I would
Okay.
say so.
So,
Back in the day, my boys you wouldn't smoke on a daily basis, right? Or the
uh-huh.
people that I knew wouldn't smoke on a daily basis. It would be like a Friday night thing, or a
Right.
weekend thing when you would hang out with your friends. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Hmm.
so it would be, like I don't know. If I hung out with my friends like every other weekend, it would be like twice a month I was offered. So do your math.
Okay. So after all those times that you rejected it, what was the thing that made you say yes? Say, okay, yeah, I'm going to try it.
That's a great question. I can't tell you if there is. I mean, there's definitely something, right? That was like, I need to
Well,
try it.
I could tell you what it was for me. I didn't realize it until much later on in life, but I could tell you what it was for me. But I'm asking you.
Um, and I want to hear that, so stay on that. But I can't tell you if there's one thing I can. I remember it, and I was going to tell you my story. My story is not as funny as yours at all. I remember buying a little dime bag. It was like this big in a little ass dime bag, right? And I didn't know how to roll. I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't have a grinder. I had nothing. And I was living with my parents. And my parents weren't home. And I literally got a zigzag, I think it was, or something like a zigzag, right? It was just like a tobacco little like paper, and I had a desk in my room, and I broke it apart, and I put it into the little zigzag. I want to say it might, like I said, it might not be a zigzag, but it's the same thing, right? And I went outside in the backyard and I smoked it, and I went inside, and I was so high. I actually was not. I didn't like it, to be honest with you. My head, I remember like I closed my eyes, and like I was just standing still, and I felt like my whole head was just going like this. And
You
like
probably had you probably had THC overdose.
I mean, I never smoked before. It was my first time ever smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
And I was not enjoying it at all. I was like, how the fuck do I get this to stop? Right? And I got into the shower and I took a shower, and every time I would close my eyes, like I literally stand, but like I feel like I'm going like this. Right? It was the weirdest feeling, and I was just like, I need to just go to fucking sleep. And I went to sleep, and that's my whack first experience of smoking marijuana.
So what was it that made you say, you know what? I'm gonna go buy a dime bag. What was the thing that made you?
And that is a great question. I just don't haven't I don't know. I don't know what the I mean, I had a bunch of friends that were smoking it and I you know what? It might have been peer pressure, right? I think maybe that might have been the reason, right? I don't want to say anybody forced me to smoke it because I did it by myself. The
Sure.
other thing about me is like
That's the thing. That's the thing. You made the decision,
correct,
so it was
correct.
something that you know.
You know, I had again. My best friend smoked it, right? Like all my
Uh,
best friends. You know, when I say best friends, you know, you know what I'm talking about. My crew that I hung out with smoked it, right? So I would say, you know, and I was very like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. But, and not to say I was never gonna do it. I just wasn't ready for it, you know. And one day I was like, you know what? I think I'm ready for it, and I ended up smoking it and doing it by myself because I didn't know how I was going to react. I didn't want anybody to make fun of me or anybody to say anything or anything. Like, I wanted to see how I felt on it myself, right? Without anybody being around.
right.
That was important to me. I'm always like that. I'm very in tune with myself. So I ended up doing it by myself and I ended up not liking it. And I didn't smoke it again for a little bit, actually. I smoked it for the second time when me and one of my girlfriends that I was with broke up. And you know, I was young and immature and stuff like that. So, you know, I was sad about it and stuff like that. I mean, everybody gets sad when they're on a breakup, you know, whatever. So, my boy hit me up and he's like, "Yo, you want to buy a dime bag?" And we used to just buy dime bags. That's how much I didn't smoke. I used to just buy a dime bag. You feel me? Like it would just be $10
Well,
dime
that's all you
bag.
can get.
Yeah. So I buy a little 10. So the second time I smoked, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I was like, I felt like I was the best rapper ever. I was like spitting game. I felt like I was flying. I remember like driving a quick check and they put a beat on and I just spit on it. I felt like I was spitting like really super hot fire. It was probably trash, right? But like in my mind, like I'm like that was the best rhyme I ever had in my life, you know? And I really just enjoyed my time, and after that, that's when I adopted it into, you know, my life a little bit more. It wasn't again an everyday thing. I also quit again for like 3.5 years 4 years because at that time everybody was drug testing for marijuana, right? So
Right, right,
I
right.
said to myself, and I moved out of my parents' house at a younger age, so I needed to provide for myself. So you know, I needed a good job, and I waited till I got a really good job because I moved out of my parents' house at a young age, so I had to provide for myself, and waited. And once I got that full time position at a really good career, I literally bought an eighth and I got a little chillum pipe, which
Yeah.
everybody a chillum pipe is just like a little like one hitter pipe that you like pack. It's usually made out of glass or metal or wood or whatever. I had a glass one,
Yeah.
and I packed it up and I smoked it, and I was high for like a day and a half. I wasn't like the highest I've ever been in my life, but because I haven't smoked in like 3.5, 4 years, I was like, I remember going to bed and waking up and going to work, and I'm like, holy shit, I am high as fuck. Like,
Right.
um, and actually, I have another funny story because uh, I had a girl that I was messing with at the job that I was at, and I used to call her. Everybody knew her as blowjob girl, because all she used to do was just obviously whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So she hits me up one
You
night,
you don't want to you don't want to say it.
but
You don't want to say why she was called Blowjob Girl, but you want to say that she was called Blowjob Girl.
because I never smashed ever, but every it was like Wednesday. We by my job there was a one way street. We used to meet right after work. She used to roll up a Dutch, and she used to give me some woo, you know, and we used to smoke it,
Uh,
whatever the case. All right, so when I after the 4 year hiatus of not smoking, she knew that I was like smoking again, so she hits me up and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna come."
meanwhile, she was smoking the whole time.
Oh yeah, she was smoking the whole time. Oh, the blowjob girl stop stuff didn't happen till after I started smoking weed again.
I got you.
We were just like cool
It's always
friends.
drugs.
It's
It's always
always
drugs.
it's always, and I remember, I'm not gonna go into that story, but I remember like she's like, oh, I'm gonna come. She really liked me, and I
Oh,
didn't
I'm
feel
sure.
100% the same for her, but um, she's like, oh, I'm gonna come. I was working late at my job. She's like, oh, I'm gonna come after work and I'll smoke you
Yeah,
up. That
she's
was my
gonna come
first
after work.
time with her, right? And I thought she laced the blunt because I remember driving home that night and like the roads were like purple, dude. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, I felt like everything was just so vibrant and colorful. And I was like, I am unbelievably high right now. I have to be. I wasn't the highest I've ever been again. So
Maybe it
that's
was
not that
laced.
person.
Maybe it was
But
laced. So
that's what I thought. And then I asked her if it was laced, and she's like, nah, it wasn't laced. I was like, all right.
yeah,
Like,
like she would tell you, like she would tell you.
I think she was just trying to smash, right? Like I didn't smash her. Nothing happened that night. Nothing happened that night. I literally like smoked. I was
Not that
like,
you remember.
no, no. I know nothing happened that. Well, you're right. Holy shit! Now I'm thinking about it. Used and abused.
You can't say you don't. You can't say you remember everything. If there's something that happened, why would? How could you say that you remember? Oh
That is
yeah, I
true.
remember something
I
happened.
I I'm pretty sure nothing happened that night. And but that started the hey, what's up? And every Wednesday
Why
she
would you
used to get
say?
off.
And why would you say you still smoke today?
Why do I still smoke today? All right, so I definitely have ADHD, and I don't do it before work. I don't do it, while I'm at work. I'm a business person, and I've always been like that, So I separate the two, in my opinion. And there's people that don't. I'm just telling you, me personally, I separate the two. Work is, because I'm a manager and stuff like that. I don't mess with it at work, right? But after work, absolutely. And I have ADHD and my mind constantly races into different things. I have so much that constantly goes through my head. And I just think that's, just part of me. And, I know you have this same, I don't want to say you have ADHD, but you have a lot of things that flow through your head at all times. And
I used to, but the thing that we're not going to talk about on this show right now,
okay, good. All right.
it has to do with what you're saying.
Okay. So I feel like, you know, marijuana does like a
So
calming
so
thing
what
for
would
me.
why do you smoke it still?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So, like, marijuana does like a common thing for me. Like, it allows me to really focus, and I still think of a lot of things. A lot of things come to my head and stuff like that. But like, it allows me to focus a little bit more and relax a little bit more, and like, kind of like enjoy life in a different way, right? Because when you're working all the time, I'm not working all the time, I don't work all the time, but like when you're at work and you have to take on a bunch of things at one time, depending on, I have an important job, you're taking a lot of information, a lot of things, and I'm able to do that because of who I am, right? But after work, I'm not the type of person that likes to stress. I don't stress, right? And I don't want to say I don't stress, but I try to have the least amount of stress as possible. And I think marijuana helps me with that. Helps me relax, slow down. Okay, give
Is
me a
that
breather.
and that's a great response. Would you say that you 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 didn't know that when you were getting high when you were younger, when you were 17, 18 years old? You didn't.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like when I was younger, it was a drug. And now I'm
You did it
mature
for the
and
you,
older,
you did it for the
mature-ish.
high.
I did it
You
for the
did it for the
high.
high at the time.
Correct. Correct. It was a drug. And you see, like, that's where you tell the difference, right? And that's I think a maturity level, a knowledge level, of going through life level, right? Because when you're young, you smoke weed to get high, right? You want to enjoy a high, right? Like everybody's like, oh, let's get high, right? That's the thing. And like as I get older and where I am now, and as I progress through life, right, it's more of a medicine, right? It's more of something. I don't listen. And the thing is, like, when people say you get addicted to it, and I think everybody can get addicted to something. People have addictive personalities. You can get addicted to caffeine in a coffee and anything.
There's money junkies, food junkies, sex junkies, dope junkies.
Exactly. Gambling addiction, right? That's the thing, right? And you don't even have to take a drug. So when people are like, "Oh, are you addicted to it because you smoke it every day?" No, absolutely not. If I wanted to quit right now, but this is me. This is me. I can speak to me, right? If I wanted to quit right now because my job told me and my job's more important than marijuana, obviously. I mean, I would look for a job that allowed me to do it, but my job is more important at this time than marijuana. My job told me that you can't smoke marijuana, you're going to get fired. I would look for another job. But at that point in time, I would quit that same day just because I know if I continue to do this until I get another job, I lose my job, right? So it doesn't control my life. I control it, right? And I think that's a big part of conversation. Is like people think, yes, people get addicted. People
Well,
have
that's
that
just
issue.
that's just having willpower or not,
Correct.
right?
Correct. So,
So
so
you really answered the question the way maybe not. Like I said, I can tell you my own story about why I did it,
well, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I just did. I just answered your question. So let
and
me answer you. Ask you the question. Did you? Do you have the
it
same feeling about marijuana now that you did when you were 17
I
or 16?
no, I don't, and you pretty much said the same thing that I'm going to say right now, but in a different way. I realized, like you said, in when I was younger, it was for the high, and it was something that was private with your friends. Your parents weren't involved. The teachers weren't involved. It was like a secret club. It was a private thing just between you and your friends. Nobody else knew, you know. So that was a kind of the mystery, the thing about it that people didn't know if you smoked or not. Only the people that you smoked with knew,
Right.
right? So it was something that you can keep from your parents, and you have all those problems when you're a teenager, guidance counselor and homework and teachers and your parents getting on you and all kinds of shit. So at that time, for me, and I think probably for you too, it was kind of an escape. It was a private thing. It was something that was not part of the rest of life.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
when you got older, as I got older, I realized because I continued to smoke it since I was 17, I never really stopped. I took breaks, like I said, like you said, it doesn't control my life. I could stop if I want to, and I have actually stopped smoking a lot. But uh, I realized later in life that I've been smoking it all this time because of the same thing you said. Well, you said if you focus, I describe it as rounding off my corners.
Okay. I like that. I like that. I think ADHD
So
is.
it, it
I think everybody
changes.
has ADHD and type shit, right? Like
Well,
ADHD is such a broad thing. You know what I'm
it does
saying?
like a chemical imbalance, a chemical change in your brain. No matter what, if you have ADHD or whatever you think you have, uh, it definitely alters the chemicals in your brain, and maybe for some people it does nothing. For some people it does everything.
Right.
It helps people with anxiety and depression and um, all different kinds of things.
Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. And I see we have the same views. Like you said, you described it differently, but we have the same views, like um my father is not was is a very very smart man. So like when I would come home and before like we smoke constantly, so at the end of the day my eyes aren't going to get bloodshot, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have that effect on it anymore unless I take like a really really strong edible, and that's rare, like Mr. Clean with hair, right? But back in the day when you would smoke like once a month or whatever the case, you'd be like this, like your eyes would be bloodshot like this. And my father knew I was high. My father knew I was high. And my pops has always been such a cool, understanding person. And he never judged me for that stuff. And he's a very open guy. I really, really do appreciate that because everybody needs at least one person like that in their life. And if you don't have that type of person in your life, like
Well,
you contact us through that email because we will be that type of person in your life because
yes, absolutely will, because
because seriously, I'm a non-judger, and I know Hollywood's a non-judger. We speak our minds, we speak everything, and we'll try to give you the best sound advice that we personally feel. It may not be the right advice.
well, I'm not ever gonna like you know I've been in the game a long time, a little older than you, and
Not by
I'm not
much, not
claiming
by much.
I'm not I'm not claiming to be an expert. I don't have any certifications. I'm not I'm nobody special, but I have a lot of experience, and I can tell you my own personal experience that I've seen, interacted with people, and my own personal with things that have happened to me. So what you'll hear on this show is always the truth.
Fact, fact. I feel like listen. I tell everybody I'm a bullshitter. I'll bullshit the shit. But I don't lie. I'm not a liar. And there is a difference between the two, and everybody knows it, right? I love joking around. I will bullshit with the bullshitter, right? But I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I'm not gonna lie to nobody. Like
When
I'm
I
a
tell
truthful guy.
stories, when I tell stories, I like to give. I probably I like to paint the picture, so I probably give you a lot more details, so
As
you can really
as
you
it
can listen.
should, as it should. That's what we need. That's what we need. This is great. This is great. I love how this is going. So I gave a little bit of details on the history of it.
Yeah.
We asked each other a couple questions on, our first time we got high, and I'm gonna I'm gonna ask you. Maybe what was your favorite time? And I know you sure have a lot. Give me. I don't want to say your favorite. Give me one of your favorite because I like that better, right? Because I'm sure we have a lot of favorites, but give me your one of your favorite times that you were smoking weed and you got high. I have a great story for this one too.
Um. Wow.
You want me to
I'm
go
gonna
first?
say I'm gonna say probably uh probably the funniest time or the that and one of the best times that I had that I can chalk up to the best time, one of the best times in my life was when I went to the Caribbean. I went to a place called Palm Island. It's a resort, and the island is the resort. You have to fly into Barbados, and then you take this puddle jumper over to I think it was called Union Island, and then just a small boat over to the resort, over to and I forgot what happened. I had to lay over one night in Barbados, and I got to this place, and if you're listening, the name of the place was uh, the Southern Palm. It was awesome. It was a really cool place to go. So if you're ever in Barbados, the Southern Palm is awesome. Um,
I want to
but
go to Barbados. I heard it's amazing.
let's go, man. Let's go.
I'm down. I'm down.
Let's go. So I get there and I'm excited because I didn't think I was going to get to spend any time in Barbados. So I get there and I put the bags and I open the shit up. I get all undressed. I put my shorts on and my glasses and I'm outside and I go right to the bar and I get a drink and I walk out on the sand and I mean I'm there. That took me to do all of that. That took me 20 minutes the most
Okay. Okay.
because
Okay.
I couldn't wait to get on the beach.
Right. Right.
You know?
Right. Right. Right.
So it wasn't a long time at all. And as soon as I got my drink, I fucking walked right out of it because the bar was like right on the beach. You just had to walk past this little 2 foot wall. And I walked and I'm on the beach 30 seconds,
30
literally
seconds.
30 seconds. And this uh, uh, gentleman walks up to me with dreadlocks down to his waist and like a backpack and like and shorts. He's not really dressed for the beach, but he's on the beach, and he offers to sell me weed. And I was like, yeah, sure,
Oh yeah. What's up?
fucking a. So he wanted $10. And I was like, okay. So there, what they do is they put weed in uh, like a toilet paper. They'll take like a square of a toilet paper
Uh-huh.
and they'll just put the weed in there and they'll twist it. And it's just like a little, those snappers, like those little bombs, those
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
snappers.
yeah, 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 yeah. You throw on the ground. Yeah, the
But
poppers or
it's a big,
whatever.
yeah, but it's a big
Yeah,
ball
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of,
yeah.
you know. And he hands me this fucking toilet paper. I was like, all right, yeah, man, enjoyable. Yeah. So I open the shit up and it's like fucking awesome weed. And for $10, I think he must have given me like an eighth, almost an eighth, right? And I was there. I was in I was in Palm Island. That's the name of the resort. I was there for 10 days, and I don't know. It was like I had a post-it on my head: "Sell me weed." Because no matter where I went, people sold me weed, and it was just $10. And $10, here you go, $10. I went on this boat, with the net. We could go out on the thing and lay out there, and they're cruising, and you're out on, and the water's underneath you. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I don't know what they call that thing. Anyway,
It's a boat with a net on the
yeah,
water that you can lay out.
it has an open front. It has an open front, like two arms come out, and there's a big, like a net, like a screen that you can just lay on
You're
while
just
the boat.
chilling. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so we get to this wherever we're going, this barbecue or whatever it is, and I get off I'm getting off the boat, and as I'm getting off the boat, the guy that's helping the people that works for the boat,
Uh-huh.
whatever the boat was, as he's helping the people off the boat, and as he's helping me off the boat, he says, "You want to buy weed?"
Yeah, you fucking yeah. What's up?
I was like, "Yeah, sure, man." So he goes, "Go up there and make a right, and you'll see a bunch of vendors there." He goes, "Go to the first vendor and tell him I sent you." So I did, and the guy wanted $5 for a joint.
Oh man.
And I have a picture of it. I don't have it right now, but I'll give it to you, and maybe you could add it in or something. I gotta find it though.
You gotta
Uh,
find it quick.
I got, yeah, but the guy gives me a joint, right? And he hands it to me, and I don't really look at it, but it seems like it's a weird, odd shape or something about it. So I keep walking, and I walk around the rock or whatever, and I look at it, and the fucking thing, it was as long as my hand, and I have a picture of me in the Caribbean on this island, and it's a profile picture of me, and I think I'm holding my hand like this, and I have the joint in my mouth, and the thing comes out like to the
Like
tip
that
of my
far.
finger. Yeah, like to the tip of
Shut
my finger.
up. Shut up.
Um, and it was the best weed that I smoked just for $5 and $10. And when I left, I made friends with the couple that was next to me in the
Uh-huh.
bungalow. It was just these bungalows. There's only 14 couple. I think 14 couples are on the island at any given time.
Okay, okay. That's max.
Sometimes less, sometimes less. So
Okay,
if you
okay.
go there, it's like real fucking. It's way cool.
Private.
It's Yeah, it's really private. But I made friends with the bungalow next to me, and the day I was leaving, I had to give them whatever pot I had, and it was just like I had a ton of pot. That's so much weed, man. I bought it every day.
Anytime anybody offered you anything like, hey, you want to buy
Why?
some
Yeah,
pot? You're like, fuck
absolutely.
yeah, what's up?
I was contributing to the economy. Those guys got to
Fucking
eat.
love it. Yeah, hell yeah. I love it. You bought so much bud that you couldn't even smoke it all. You had to give that shit away.
I had to give it to the couple next to me.
Did they like
They're
actually
like, "Why don't you just take?" I'm like, "No, I can't. you can travel in with it. You can buy it here, but you can't go out with
Oh
it.
yeah, yeah,
They
you
won't
get in
let you
big
go out
trouble.
with it.
Yeah, you get in big trouble.
So here you
That's
are.
that's a
Enjoy.
that's a great story. That is a great story. So
Yeah,
one of my
I have a billion of them.
I know we're gonna get into it. Not today. I'm gonna tell you my story, and I think we're gonna be done for tonight. Um, one of my favorite times I ever got high was do you know Snoop Dogg?
You know who?
Snoop Dogg.
Yes, sure.
I'm just making sure because this is an important story, right? So me and my boy and another friend actually, we went to a
I
Snoop
may look
Dogg.
old, but I'm pretty hip. I may look old, but I'm pretty hip. Pretty fucking hip, bro.
Actually, I want to go off something on the other story. You said, like, do I have something that says on my face, like, sell weed to me or my forehead,
Yeah,
sell
post
weed to
it.
me?
Yeah,
When
just to
I
post it.
first met you, I swear to God, I tell people this
I
story. I
had that
swear to
on my
God.
head.
I swear to God, I was like, this guy smokes good marijuana. I knew it. Like, I didn't even have to talk to you, dude. I remember meeting you for the first time, and I was like, yeah, this dude, I know he smokes good marijuana. I know he does. Like I can't even argue with myself on this one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that happened. Somehow, I don't know how it happened. Somehow, I always, I don't think I owe it. Yeah, I don't think I was owed. I
your
don't
your
remember,
glasses
because,
your
well,
glasses always tinted with like a purple, not purple, a pink like tint, right? And
what, my glasses?
yeah, they're like a
These
pinkish.
are, is brown. It's brown.
It looks pink sometimes, right? In the light, it's so light, right? They're brown, whatever. You always have the same tinted glasses. You see everything in brown. That's it. Like you have a
No, but you would think that, but like when you put sunglasses on that are dark lenses, it doesn't really, when you're looking through them, it doesn't, like, maybe a little bit, but it doesn't really make everything dark.
yeah. I mean, but how many times do you go like, oh, okay, that's what that it actually looks like.
I only have to do that because I'm nearsighted. And like if I'm holding my phone,
Uh huh.
if I'm holding it here, I have to go like that.
Oh, you look like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Other
Otherwise, I
than
have to go.
that, other than
Otherwise,
that,
I have to go like that.
you're in the straight dark with them sunglasses too. Like I wear sunglasses at night, right? Because the sun always shines on a bad motherfucker. You feel me?
Glasses at night, so I can.
You see what I'm saying? Like I'm in the belief of it, but when I knew you, I was like, these are this guy's prescription glasses, and they're always like that. I was like, this guy smokes good marijuana. I know that for sure.
Get a lot of compliments on these glasses. So many
I
people
love
like
them.
it. I don't know.
If you wore clear glasses, I'd be like, dude, is there something wrong with you, bro? Do I need to take you to a doctor or something? Like, I cannot not see you in like some type of glasses like that. I just like you when someone says, "Hey, do you know Hollywood?" I'm like, that's what I picture. You in some like shaded sunglasses, just chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, so back to my story.
Oh, you had a story. Okay. Go ahead.
About my first time, not my first time, I'm sorry, about one of my favorite times ever getting high. Me and two friends went to a Snoop Dogg concert, and we got decent tickets, but we actually got upgraded while we were there, and we got like really, really close to Snoop Dogg, and this was when weed wasn't even legal. It was at PNC Arts Center, right? And he was like, "I know y'all got illegal blunts and weed right now." He's like, if you got it, light it up and put it in the air. Of course, we all had that shit, right? So we're all like lighting this shit up. The whole crowd, it was like we were hotboxing PNC. It was crazy. And he would like literally be rapping and just like handing people like white papers, like just smoking them and like smoke like half of it and handing it to somebody. Smoke half of it and hand it to somebody. I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. And we were just like vibing with Snoop Dogg. Like we were so close, just like getting the smoking weed, getting high, and fucking like vibing with this dude. Like I felt like I smoked with Snoop Dogg that day. And how many people can say that shit? That's like Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg. They're like the golden the Mona what is it Mount Rushmore is smoking weed. You feel me? Like if you could smoke with either one of those two, like that's an awesome fucking thing. As like someone that smokes
I
and
think
loves
Willie
it,
Nelson.
right?
I think Willie Nelson gave up smoking pot, didn't he? Didn't he have like a? He was talking about a respiratory thing or something that's forcing him to stop.
I did not know that, and that's something I will need to look up. But that doesn't mean he's not consuming pot anymore.
Oh, he still could be consuming edibles or something. Sure, absolutely.
I'm not saying he is or not. I just saying I don't know any information on this. It's the first time I'm hearing
Right.
it,
We don't
but
have any facts, but that somewhere in my brain, it's telling me that I read something like that.
so
There may not be any truth to it at all. So,
so I
you
got to
know,
smoke
Willie
with
Nelson,
Snoop
if you're
Dogg.
watching this, we don't want any legal trouble. We're not
We
saying
don't
that
know
you smoke,
actually. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. But I
but
mean, I hope.
we would love to have you on the show.
Oh
If
man,
you
we
want
would
to come
love to
on, we'd love
smoke
to
with
have you on
you.
the show.
I'll meet you somewhere. What's up, big guy?
Yeah, we'll come to you.
Yeah, exactly. I would love that. Right?
Yeah,
Like
right?
again, I
That
felt like
would
I
be great.
smoked with Snoop Dogg, right? Like me and him were smoking at the same time in the same room. I smoked with Snoop Dogg. Am I right? Like, can we give me credit for that one? But if I can smoke with Willie Nelson, even if he's doing a concert and he lights a blunt and I'm in the same room, I smoked with Willie Nelson. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a great story to be able to tell your grandkids.
Oh man, it's the crazy thing is my grandkids even gonna know who Snoop Dogg is? I
They
think
don't.
Snoop Dogg is like that famous though that like he will be in a couple generations, right? Like he's that like there's people that you could say like I don't even have a name to bring up, but like if I say an artist, you'd be like or something like that, you'd be like, he's okay. If you say he's okay, that means like you probably your kids or I'm sorry, my kids won't remember. You know, your granddaughter or grandson won't remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not. But Snoop Dogg is like Michael Jackson. Everybody's gonna know who Michael Jackson is, right? Like it's like one of those things that like Michael Jackson's just like that big of a person that like my kids are gonna know who Michael Jackson were, you know, because like it was because that's how the Beatles, right? The Beatles is one of them. Like everybody's gonna know who the Beatles were, you know, in 100 years. You know, how long does your name live? Snoop
I
Dogg
don't
will
know.
live.
I don't know if that's actually true. I don't know if all kids today know who the Beatles are.
All right, so then here's my question: what do you determine as a kid? Like what age group when you say kid? Well, when we say kid, what age group do you determine that as? Before 10 is 10-year-old 10 after 10 years old? Like, do we believe that they
No,
probably do know the Beatles?
no. That this generation, this past generation, maybe even not yours, but this past generation, um, I think they a kid normally thinks they know it all. They
Well,
naturally think that they know more than anybody,
correct.
right? But that this past generation seems to really believe that, and they're one of the oddest generations that we've had.
Well, think about this.
There's more there's more um uh LGBTQ and trans in this generation than any generation.
Oh, I mean, and it happened back in the day, right? It happened, just no one
Well,
spoke
there's
about
been
it.
a it's slowly increased from like in the 40s, 50s, it was like 1-2%, something like that. And it probably went up maybe I say by the 60s, maybe it was like 15, 17, 18%, something like that.
That's a high percentage. I don't think it's that
And
much
it's
even now.
slowly, and right now I think it's about 20 something like that. I think it's about
Of the
26%.
population?
Yeah, is LGBTQ or trans or something like that.
That's a big number. That's a
Yeah,
big number. Like, say,
at that
how many
rate,
people are on the planet?
at
Six
that
hundred
rate,
million.
at that rate, in 20 years, we'll all be gay.
I, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's. You think is that high?
I can look
27%.
it up.
That's crazy.
I can look it up, but I think it's up there. Absolutely.
Is it?
There's
Is
more
it people
gay
that
men.
believe in
There's more gay.
LGBTQ?
There's more gay men today than ever before,
Did it just
and
increase twenty
single
percent,
women.
or
What's
is
that?
it's not the entire it's not 27% of the entire population? It just increased by 27%. You get what I'm saying when I
From the
said that?
40.
Correct.
It,
That doesn't mean that 27% of the population.
that's my guess. That's what I not maybe not 27. I would say 20%.
That's
That
still
would
a
be my
lot.
guess. I don't know for sure. You want me to look it up? I could look it up if you want.
Nah, we won't look it up right now. But we're
But
just having a discussion.
we'll post that on somewhere.
I'm
Probably
down.
post
I'm
that, right?
down. We can look it up. It could be here. It could be
Look
down
it up,
here.
and
It could be
we could
here.
probably
It could be here.
wherever. What are we posting this on YouTube? Right.
It's gonna be on YouTube and on Spotify, like always.
Okay, so yeah, so you'll be able to leave a comment. You or I could leave a comment.
Oh yeah, we can make that discussion. That's not a biggie. That's not a biggie. So wow, this is really turning in more than just a weed podcast. I love it. That's what I
Yeah,
like.
right.
More than just a cannabis podcast. This is
You
great.
know, there was something I was thinking about that I thought was really that was really interesting. Not to break away from the gay thing or
We can break
anything.
away. We can break away.
But I had a lot of people asking me in the past week or so um, about distillate oil,
Okay.
and I don't know. Do you know? Okay, apologize. Do you know what that is? Do you know what distillate oil is?
I have two things that I think it is. It's either something that you put in like a dehumidifier or something like that to like breathe it in, or it's something that you would put like on the top of your tongue and like or the underneath your tongue to consume like cannabinoids.
Can you? Are you having trouble seeing me right now?
No, you're perfect. I see you.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
I can't. I had
I'm seeing your nearsightedness right now.
I can't seem to. I don't know how to get back to you. I can't. Something happened here where I can't see you for some reason. Oh, there it is. I got you. Um, so distillate oil is, you know what the carts are,
Correct.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
screw-on carts or the disposables.
Yeah.
In those, there's distillate oil, and distillate oil is this is distillate oil.
Okay.
Okay, and it's
Hard.
very hard.
Okay.
Okay, it's a very high viscosity oil.
Okay.
All right. And to make this oil, it's called distillate oil because it's made just the way you make whiskey. Do you drink whiskey?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you know the difference between whiskey and scotch?
Very little.
It is very little, but it is very little. But do you know what the difference is?
The age process, I
No,
really don't know.
for it to be called scotch, it needs to be made in Scotland.
That's literally the only difference.
Yes.
No, it's
Well,
not.
there's yes, yeah. because whiskey and scotch are they're both made the same. You know, there's they mix different grains together, or they make it from one grain, or so there's different things like that. They use different they might use a little bit of a different, more heat or less heat or something, but the process is all the same.
The same,
But
yeah.
to be called scotch, it
It
needs
has
to
to be
be
made in
made in.
Scotland. That's
Yes.
literally
So
the only difference.
yes, and whiskey and bourbon and uh, rye and all those they're all basically Scotch. They're all
Okay.
basically Scotches. Um, and I bring this up because when you make whiskey, there's a distilling process.
Okay.
Okay, and uh, the distilling process, just like how moonshine was made.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so they make it in what they call a still. Okay, and there's a boiling pot where they put the corn or the grain, whatever grain they're using, and they heat that to a certain temperature, and then the condensation from that process is collected in a flask, and that what's collected is alcohol. Okay, so distillate oil is made the same exact way, except instead of putting the grain in the boiling pot, you put the marijuana in the boiling pot, and there's three parts to the marijuana. There's the terps and the CBD and the THC, and they all collect at different temperatures depending on what temperature you're boiling it at.
Mm.
Condensation will collect in three different flasks. So the THC flask, this is what you get. So that's pure THC, about 98% THC.
Okay.
All right. So that condensation is this. Now, whiskey made the same way. And I use this one because I like this one because this is blackened and it was promoted by Metallica. And this is a blended whiskey.
Okay.
All right. And what they do is they have, when you make a straight whiskey, because you can have barrel whiskey, which is because most whiskeys are diluted with water, but you can have a barrel whiskey that is just straight whiskey. So what they do is they take those whiskeys or different portions of them, blend them together, and put them in a new barrel, and then re-age it.
Okay.
But for
Okay.
this
Okay.
but for this particular whiskey, they did that, and then they put the barrels up against a wall of speakers, and they played Metallica songs.
What?
they played they really really they played Metallica songs, and uh, there's a batch number on there. I think there's a 93. Yeah, this is batch 93.
Okay.
So they had different batches, and you can look it up or you can scan the code or whatever. And each batch, the Metallica is played to a certain volume that vibrates the cask and gives the whiskeys different flavors.
What? What? Well, I believe that. I mean, we're going into a huge different topic, but sound waves are huge for a human. Sound waves
Uh,
are huge for a human.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, my
Probably
point was just that to make whiskey or to make distillate oil,
it's the same process.
it's the same process. It's just what you're putting in the boiling pot, but you're still getting.
Got you. Got you. So you
And
have had
now,
a
and
lot
now
of
when
people ask you about that.
well, they asked me what distillate oil is
Got you.
because you can do a lot of things with this kind of thing, and we'll get into that another time. But the whiskey being blended Okay, if they make, like I said, if they just make a barrel whiskey, that straight barrel of whiskey, they'll take some from that because it was made with a certain grain. This was made with another grain and whatever, and they'll take different ones and they'll put them all together and they'll put that in a cask and let that age, and then take it out and they'll have a blended whiskey, and that's the same thing that they do with marijuana.
I like
The
it.
original strains
And what
generate
do they call that?
a hybrid.
Ah, ding, 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 ding. Yes, yes, a hybrid. Um,
So
and I don't want to. I said we were going to talk about the differences between the different type of buds like sativa and indica, but I'm going to save that for a different podcast because we are on a roll right now, and I love this. This is perfect. This is exactly what I pictured when I said let's do this, and when you said let's do this, because we both kind of grouped together and said let's do this, right? So it wasn't one person. And I love this. This is awesome. Um, I don't want to get it too long because I feel like we can talk for hours and days, and I don't want to lose people on talking for hours and days, and I want more to come. More to come. This is a once a month thing. We will probably be releasing it at the end of every month, between the last 2 weeks of every month. You will be seeing a new Cannaverse
unless you want more,
podcast. Unless you want more. Unless you want
unless
more.
you want more.
We actually are gonna do like Hollywood said in the beginning, we're gonna show you how to make edibles. We might even have a rolling teaching thing, what and we
Well, yeah,
maybe.
I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you how to make one of these.
Yes, look at that clear paper. Not today. He's not showing it today, but we will have we can
Saying,
show you different
what is
types.
that? Plastic? What do you smoke? Why do you smoke in there? What is it?
And
Smoking that.
he actually taught me about these, and I love them. I think they're great.
You can
So
get them right through the. You can get them right through the show. You can get them right from the show. They're called Trip.
there you go. There you go.
Eat Trip.
They're not shrooms or anything like that.
You know
They're
what? No, no, they're just called Trip, but they are. Hold on, I have a sample here. I can show you. And we'll get into these another time. But this is the rolling paper. It's not plastic. It's made from cellulose, and it's naturally clear. It's naturally odorless. It's naturally tasteless.
it is really really good. It is really really good. So we have a lot. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to bring to the table and talk to you
No
guys
ash,
about.
no smoke.
Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. That's all he rolls up and smokes.
Yeah, that's
He
it.
loves it. He loves it. I will roll it up. I have a lot of different things I can roll up, and we can teach you guys how to do that. We want to educate you on different things and have a discussion. And if you feel
How to drink whiskey too.
how to drink whiskey, we could get into that too. And if you guys feel like you're against it, right? We want to hear your opinion too. We want to hear everybody's opinion. What's the email again?
The email is the THE Cannaverse, the Cannaverse dot questions at gmail.com.
Perfect. That would be again on the screen again. Baba
Right,
somewhere
yeah,
around
right
here.
here.
Right here on the bottom somewhere. Perfect. And I'll keep that up for you guys to email us. We will be back. This is episode 1. Happy 420 everybody. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Hey,
Um
hey, hey! I got a cannabis joke for you.
all right, we're
I got
ending
two.
it.
I
No,
got
no,
two.
you got one.
I got
Save the
one.
other one. Save the other one.
The other one. Okay. All right. Why why is a roach clip called a roach clip?
Why is a roach clip called a roach clip? Huh. Why?
Because potholder was taken.
Okay, that was good. All right, give me that one. Give me the other one. Give me that one.
Did you hear about uh, the underwater dispensary? It's called the Coral Reefer.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Perfect. Um, I man, now I think every podcast we're gonna have to end on a couple jokes, and I don't have any right now, actually.
Well, we
Um,
told some. I think we told some pretty funny stories. I don't
oh,
think.
dude,
I,
we
I
this is
think.
great. This is great. I'm serious. I think this is gonna be awesome. And I do appreciate everybody for tuning in and listening to us. And we have some great stuff. We're doing a joke podcast next. Joke for joke number dos, which I can't wait. And I can't wait to do another one of these because man, we can talk and we can get into stories, and this just flowed perfectly, man. This really did, and I appreciate you. And again,
Yeah,
I
it was great. I'm really excited. I think a lot of people are going to like it. I don't I don't think anybody's going to get bored with what we talked about.
ah, no way, no way. We're very entertaining, and if anything, I was entertained the whole time, so I got something out of it. So, is there any last words you want to say, my boy?
But you never know because you know, there's a lot of people that you, they think they're funny, but anything they think is funny is really only funny to them.
Well, that's not. I laugh at every joke I have, even if it's
Like
trash, right?
everybody thinks they have a sense of, I think we do, but like everybody thinks they have a sense of humor.
Yeah, I agree, and not
You know,
everybody does, right? Is there anything you want to say that before we end this, my boy?
I just want to say, don't forget if you want to be on the show, if you have a question, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, don't forget to email us. Uh, Subscribe, ring the bell, share. You know what you got to do.
Yes, perfect. All right, my boy. So listen, I want everybody to know my slogan: stay positive, everybody. That's huge, right? And I love y'all. I love you, Hollywood, and doses.